Part 3. The game continued on. One by one, over the course of 2 grueling hours, the group shrank as people were killed off and removed. Questions about drug overdose, murder, rape, cannibalism, and torture came up. From the questions alone, I could tell I was surrounded by some really sick people. The worst part was, no one denied anything. No one seemed to question why they were here, except for me, of course. And for some reason, I was the only one who hadn't been questioned yet. The suspense was killing me. Sophia was one of the last to go. She had answered a question on alcoholism incorrectly, and when the distorted voice said, "You have been eliminated," it almost looked like she was relieved. Like the years of keeping her secret were finally over, and she was okay with that. 2 men entered the room and beat her mostly to death in front of us.
They then poured vodka all over her and set her on fire.
We'll never forget her tormented screams. Once the fire had burned to their satisfaction, they extinguished her remains and removed the body. So there were only 2 people left, counting myself. Marcus, who, by the questions he was asked, I can only assume left his friend to die of a drug overdose, was sitting across from me. Alex Woodward. You are next. My heart dropped into my stomach, and my whole body went cold and numb. Everything went silent, and the silence was deafening. My brain cycled through its frantic mantra, what did I do, what did I do, I didn't do anything, what did I do? Exclamation mark. Which U.S. president was responsible for abolishing slavery after the Civil War? What? Was so confused, what did this have to do with anything? What did it mean? What the fuck? I swallowed deeply, then answered timidly, Abraham Lincoln? Correct. Next question. Didn't even hear what question was asked. Next, I was so relieved I was still alive. I quickly snapped back to attention when the 2 men came back into the room, held Marcus to his chair, and injected a full syringe of heroin directly into his jugular. He convulsed for a few minutes, then stopped breathing. They dragged his lifeless body from the chair out of the room, and I was left alone with the distorted voice and a wall full of webcams. Congratulations, Alex. You are the winner of this week's retribution. Please understand, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, you have done nothing to deserve being here. For each episode, we obtain an innocent person to play the game, simply to give the other contestants the illusion that maybe, just maybe, there's hope for escape. Sophia Baldwin. Drunk driver. Hit and killed a 12-year-old girl, ran from the scene. Sophia was never caught. Justin Murlock. Vietnam veteran. Tortured and killed 36 civilians during the Vietnam War because he was bored. Would have never been caught had it not been for a box full of love letters from his mistress containing his confessions, discovered by his wife of 30 years. Marcus Williams. Heroin addict. Sold his little brother the dose that killed him, then refused to report the death until his body sat in his bedroom for 8 days. The only reason he reported it is because of the smell, he would have left him longer if he could have. The voice continued listing off names and sins, but I eventually just toned it all out. I couldn't take anymore. I was in shock. 2 years of my life gone. 2 years of near insanity, 2 years of captivity, 2 years of hell. All for what? So some sick fuck could play their own little version of Saw?